beach and other amenities. Your stay will be truly unforgettable, as you'll be taking home lasting memories of the warm hospitality, the serenity and tranquility that Albait has to offer. For reservations, call 041 583 6415 or visit www.albaitlodge.co.za.
The current investigation.
When you give water, you're reaching out to drought-affected areas, bringing them to life. Fresh water to drink, to clean, and to grow. That's the power of water. Donate now to Islamic Relief.
Maulana Timur will once again be taking a trip abroad for Qurbani. Many people in the villages live well below the poverty line and only eat meat on the days of Eid al-Adha. Support this cause at 2,050 Rand for 7 shares or 290 Rand per share. Contact Maulana Timur, Maulana Sajjad, Maulana Hamad or Maulana Abbad on 011-852-6324 or 082-368-6866 or 072-697-0131. All slaughtering will be supervised by a team of foreign and local ulama. Visit www.operationqurbani.org.za.
Searching for elite local and international investment and advisory services from an award-winning firm? Look no further than the Belmont Meyer Group, your gateway to unparalleled investment and wealth management. At Belmont Meyer, we believe in the art of wealth creation, a meticulous process fueled by our unwavering commitment to excellence. With a focus on providing elite alternative investments and quality advice, we also pride ourselves on maximizing value for our esteemed investors, as seen through our consistent outperformance. Your financial success is our top priority. Join us at Belmont Meyer and experience the difference firsthand. Ready to embark on a journey of greatness? Contact us today. Reach out to the Belmont Meyer Group on 078-786-1698. Call or WhatsApp or email us at info@belmontmeyer.com. Elevate your financial future with Belmont Meyer, where every detail matters. Contact Lenasia Livestock and Poultry for all your sadaqah, akika and qurbani requirements. We offer clean, hygienic abattoir style and refrigeration facilities. Sheep, goats and cows are available at competitive market-related prices, direct to the public. We slaughter, slice and distribute on your behalf. But that's not all. Introducing Meat Masters Halal Butchery, our sister company situated on our farm in Lenasia. Unbeatable prices on lamb, beef and chicken. Lenasia Livestock and Poultry. Livestock is our business. We are Sanha approved. Telephone 011-857-1774. Call now.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Approximately two ultimately contribute to the establishment of peace in the region. There can never be peace if the Palestinian people are not free. So it's imperative for us to revitalize international action and seek avenues for justice. We must intensify the call for international action, with the UN playing a leading role to find a solution premised on a just settlement with just laws that are rights-based. We must, as the international community, seek a solution which facilitates equality and equity for all who have the right to live in the territories of Israel and Palestine. In the absence of these, we will not achieve the objectives we wish. Finally, the South African government will continue to act within the institutions of global governance to protect the rights, including the fundamental right to life, of Palestinians in Gaza, which continue to remain at risk including from the continuing Israeli military assault, from starvation and disease. And we hope to work to obtain the fair and equal application of international law to all in the interests of our collective humanity. All of us as humanity should be ashamed today that 35,000 plus people have died, and here we are sitting while more are killed. Maybe if we could find a way, we should all go to Palestine and be the wall of protection of civilian people. As the government of South Africa well, I can't quite hear what you're saying, but as the government of South Africa, as well as, no, you're not helping by shouting me down. It's not useful. As the government of South Africa, as well as the governing party, the African National Congress, we will continue to do everything within our power to preserve the existence of the Palestinian people as a group, to end all acts of apartheid and genocide against the Palestinian people, and to walk with them, if they wish, toward the realization of their collective right to self-determination. We will continue to do so, following in the steps of our great president and founding president of our democracy, President Nelson Mandela. And we will not rest as we follow his instruction that our freedom will not be complete until the freedom of the people of Palestine is realized. On behalf of President Ramaphosa, I thank you for listening to these remarks, and I wish you success in your deliberations.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you. That was profound. Before you sit down, we have a friend from Palestine who represents the Kairos Palestinians. They need to say a word of thank you to you. Just a minute.
Good morning, Your Excellency, Dr. Pandor, representing His Excellency President Ramaphosa. On behalf of the Palestinian people and the free world, I would like to express our great appreciation for South Africa's great and exceptional support to the Palestinian people and to Gaza. We have no better friends in the world today than our South African friends. And to simply say thank you feels inadequate. In Christmas, I challenged the world to look in the mirror and ask, where were you when Gaza was going through a genocide? I know where South Africa was, and I know where your amazing, courageous lawyers were. You embody the term costly solidarity, and we know that the ICJ case did not come without cost. But let us be honest, no one is more deserving and rightly positioned for such a step more than South Africa. During a war that has revealed to the world the hypocrisy and racism of the Western world, you stood with moral integrity and credibility to lead our world and take not just Israel to the trial, but the hypocrisy and racism of the West. You have been through colonialism and apartheid, and you have overcome it. And with your help and support, and with God's help, we will overcome our own colonialism and apartheid. So today, we say to the people and political and faith leaders in South Africa, thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your courage and integrity. Thank you for standing for truth. And thank you, of course, to all those all over the world, in the streets, in mosques, in churches, in synagogues, and today in universities, who stand for justice, freedom, and human dignity. Your Excellency, please accept a very symbolic gift, but it's a symbolic act from us as a token of love, unity, and solidarity, the kufiyya. And I know that everyone in South Africa seems to be wearing a kufiyya, but there is symbolism in what I'm going to do. To take the kufiyya from a shoulder of a Palestinian and place it on the shoulder of a South African leader and acknowledge that today you carry our cross with us upon your shoulders.
Whew. We are not only here to talk and shove it under the carpets, but we are here to shake and change those parliaments, houses that we all represent as in this room. The minister has challenged us that we all write to our ministers, our parliaments, to shake their houses and see Palestine to be free in our lifetime. Thank you very much, Ma. And we thank you for representing us so well. Today, South Africa, we are proud. And I stand tall and I say, I am a South African and I represent and show solidarity to all the Palestinians. It's all because of you and your government. Thank you. Before we go for break, I have just two things. One announcement is that today it's Friday, there is a prayer room that has been prepared for all our Muslim brothers and sisters. It's in conference room 2 on the 4th floor. So you go up the escalators during your prayer time. It has all been prepared in conference room 2 on the 4th floor. Thank you. And there is someone who is currently missing their parking ticket. So if you have missed your parking ticket, please come and check it with me because you won't have your car or you'll pay an exorbitant amount. During the South African time, the South African apartheid time, the World Council of Churches took a stand and listened to the cries of the people on the ground. And it took that cry and took it into the pews of the churches to make sure that today, as South Africans, we stand tall and say we are free. In the room, we have Dr. Kenneth Mtata, who represents the World Council of Churches, who will today again stand here and say greetings to this room, but also remind us that the reverends, the people of the men of the cloth and the women of the cloth, they can still take a word to their pews and make sure that Palestine is also free. Please welcome Dr. Kenneth Mtata as he brings greetings from the World Council of Churches.
Program Director, former South African President, His Excellency President Mbeki, Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Dr. Naledi Pandor, the chairman of the organizing committee of this anti-apartheid conference on Palestine, Reverend Frank Chikane. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I greet you on behalf of the World Council of Churches. The World Council of Churches has been seized with the plight of the Palestinian people from its founding days in the 1940s. Processes that accompany the Palestinian people, the concrete presence and continued creation of space for deliberation and mobilization of churches to support the Palestinian people has been ongoing work. But today, the World Council of Churches and the broader ecumenical movement find themselves in a challenging situation where the deepened violence and dehumanization demonstrated in Gaza challenge the moral integrity of the churches. What should the World Council of Churches do, together with partners, to make sure that just peace is realized in Palestine and Israel? In June 2022, the World Council of Churches Central Committee noted with concern the continued discrimination against Palestinians, the overt and systemic ongoing almost half a century occupation that contradicts equal human dignity and rights of Palestinians living under systems of control, while the response of the international community continues to reflect egregious double standards. The Central Committee also expressed its profound regret that many and insurmountable obstacles were being placed in the way of long-standing commitment, desire for just peace and a two-state solution in accordance to international resolutions established in WCC policy. Inspired by the reports of various civil society organizations, the WCC identified the need to reflect on what a sector of its membership has called a system of apartheid, which defines what is now characterizing the relationship of Israel and Palestine. This was a major departure from past positions of the World Council of Churches, where in the past it was not possible to reflect the relationship between Palestine and Israel as an apartheid relationship. There was also a discussion on whether the two-state solution could still be the basis of advocacy towards Palestine and Israel's coexistence. The Assembly statement entitled "Seeking Justice and Peace for All in the Middle East" called for the following position: the worldwide ecumenical fellowship of churches must consult and reflect on alternative policy, perspective, and comprehensive solution for Palestine and Israel, where all people have equal rights before the law, as opposed to the current system of control, exclusion, and marginalization of the Palestinian people. I am here today on behalf of the World Council of Churches to lend support to the reflections that are going to take place here, but also to draw insights on this conference so that this can inform the direction the World Council of Churches are going to take. So I bring greetings and seek to draw our insights from three areas. First, we hope that the deliberations that are going to take place here will help the World Council of Churches clarify but also debunk the theological and ideological assumptions that inform the church's relationship to Israel, which does not see the injustices being suffered by Palestine. Actually, as we are gathered here, we know that there are many African churches that do not see the relationship between Israel and Palestine as problematic. And I am glad Reverend Frank Chikane referred to the invitation that he has made to these churches. We need to confront the theological assumptions that see Israel as a superior actor in its relationship to Palestine. The second, we believe that the World Council of Churches is going to benefit from this conference in that we are desiring to reclaim the international human rights law and the overall policy coherence and consistent position on Palestine. We can see that what we are dealing with today is not only a legal issue, but also a moral indictment on the multilateral system. We are here to lend our support to the leadership of South Africa. South African government and its people who have taken the risk of standing up for the human rights as the basis for which nations must relate. For some of us who come from Southern Africa, it is a moment of pride to be identified with the courage and the moral integrity of South Africa. Third, we are also here as the World Council of Churches to contribute to the building of this global movement towards the freedom and the liberation of Palestine. The World Council of Churches is not new in participating in movement building that support the liberation of peoples. South Africa and indeed Southern Africa are beneficiaries of the program to combat racism that saw the dismantling of the apartheid system and the colonization that affected our region, including my own country, Zimbabwe. So we are here to make sure that we draw from the past experiences, but also to listen to the conversations towards the realization of building this moral movement against apartheid. Let me, on behalf of the World Council of Churches, congratulate you for this important conference, and from which the World Council of Churches is going to greatly benefit. As we deliberate, we are reminded of the words of the prophet Micah. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly before our God. Yes, we are burning with justice because we want to see Palestine free. We are compassionate because we are broken to see children, women, and innocent people being killed every day. We are humble because we know that this struggle may take long, and we will be patient in support for the freedom of the Palestinian people. Wish you the best as you deliberate at this conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mtata. We will now break for 15 minutes, and then please can we keep to the time and come back in 15 minutes. When we come back, we will hear the greetings from the Muslim scholar, Dr. We'll hear from the Muslim scholars fraternal greetings. Can we go for break, 15 minutes? Can we please keep time? And thank you very much.
instance, that in media, 70% of the workforce has been lost over the last decade. Those jobs have just vanished. I mean, it's hard, I think, to think of another industry which has been as decimated over such a short period of time. And the reason for that, we all know, is down to what you're saying about social media, about the tech giants. So in the past, media relied heavily on advertising, and businesses would give us advertising, and that was a very revenue stream. Now what tends to happen is that you have a business, you're going to give your advertising spend to Google or to Facebook, and we understand that because, you know, those are where the eyes are, those are where the clicks are. But the result is that there has been this incredible reduction of revenue towards media in a way that is becoming, frankly, unsustainable.
Rebecca Davis from the Daily Maverick.
Salam Media, a global voice for humanity.
Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah akbar. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah akbar. At times I feel that the sun is hidden by a hazy sky, and the lights around me hide the moon at night. I know you're closer than the veins that keep me living, 'cause all around me I feel your mercy. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah akbar. Subhanallah,